Hello everybody, Frankie Day back again on YouTube. This evening YouTube I have another collections of the builds of my past. Here is 1/24 scale Nakajima Type 97 Kate Torpedo Bomber. This model here is built directly from the plans from Volume 2 of Paul Matt's Scale Aircraft Drawings. The drawings themselves were drawn in the scale of 1/48, so I had them altered to the scale of 1/24. I'd done this 8 years ago, and it's made entirely from vanilla cardstock and a couple of cereal boxes. I think I had cracker boxes. I think too I had any kind of cardboard head. I think that's what it was made from. Anyway, this thing's using formers provided on the plans, wing spars, ribs provided on the plans was incorporated on the model. And this aircraft right here, it was lead aircraft on an attack of Pearl Harbor by Lieutenant Pachita. He was the group leader on the attack from the aircraft carrier Akagi. That's where the tail sympathizes with the yellow blaze stripes. Signify this aircraft comes from the Akagi. One thing I forgot to do on the torpedo, I forgot to put the breakaway wooden fins that he had. Because Pearl Harbor was only about 40 feet deep, and he dropped the torpedo into the water, you know, at that depth it'll bottom out before it even goes to the surface. So they were special made fins that they were attached to the torpedo to keep it from doing that. The Japanese were really good making torpedoes and bombs as well. Because most of their bombs are made from 14 to 16 inch guns off of battleships. As a matter of fact, this aircraft right here, which was converted to the high altitude bomber, was the one that sunk the USS Arizona. It carried a 765 kilogram bomb, which was a 14 inch shell taken from the battleship Nagato. It was armor piercing with a delayed fuse. That's what they did when it penetrated to the deck of the Arizona and went into the magazine, and the rest is history. So this aircraft was very versatile. It was used as a torpedo bomber and also a high altitude bomber. Mine's a torpedo bomber, and this is one that Lieutenant Pachita used on an attack on which led to the attack on Pearl Harbor. And the airplane was actually doped down first before I'd be able to airbrush the color on it. And the shrinkage of Aerogloss dope was really tightening up the build, so it's one of a kind. So from now on, when I start building any more card models, folks, I'm using Krylon Clear. I can't hardly stress how good that stuff really is, because it's magic in a can. They can make something old do real quick. This airplane was hung up on my ceiling above me where I sit at right now. And so I just gave it a good blow and a good dusting, and she still shines. A propeller is made from laminated paper, reinforced with toothpicks. That's what I always use. Sometimes you can laminate a lot of paper on it to build it to give it the build up and the curvature of the prop itself. And there's the blaze lines that they use, simplified from the Akagi. And there's the 30 caliber machine gun that the radio operator and also the observer used. The pilot sat there. Pachita sat in the middle. He was actually the observer and the torpedo officer that dropped the torpedo. The torpedo is made out of rolled paper tubing, using pebbles that go to the torpedo to form the oval shape. So when you work with paper, folks, you always make petals on there, or you can use pie structures and bellow it, burnish it out. The landing gear is made from cardboard again, turned on a lathe. It was a kind of a pretty good, easy, fun build. I enjoyed it. The cockpit also was all fully detailed, and the canopy and the rest of the structure on the canopy is made from packing tape. Propeller turns. And I wasn't gonna make a wing fold on this thing, but decided not to. Here's a big old 16-foot torpedo that he used. I'll put the wooden pins on it. Dang, I looked at that and says, well, since I knew I forgot them, so there's a good chance I may go back and put them back on there and show this on later video. As we swing around for the walk around a little bit, you see how the Mighty Kate looks. The Type 97 of Nakajima, that was a heck of an airplane. I mean, it's a beautiful looking airplane. The wingspan is 49 feet, a little shyer than that of the TBF Avenger. And carrier crew of 3, pilot, observer, also tail gunner, and radio operator. There's old Saint Nick with giving me a stamp of approval. And we'll zoom it back in, buddy. And well, I'll take another look at it again. This is a good airplane, guys. Its wingspan of this 124 scale is exactly 29 inches. It's a big wingspan on it, a big model, and it's not too difficult to build as long as you know how to use paper, because paper is more or less composed of cones, triangles, rectangles, curvatures. To make round sections, they got to be cut out into petals, and they can be burnished into any kind of a position you want to. Paper's pretty easy, and it's got to be protected before you paint it. And the best way I did on this one here is that you can seal the pores with dope. Now, since that Krylon Magic can, it's a lot more simpler. Just go ahead and just use ample coats until it's built up till the pores are all filled in. Then you go ahead and do your airbrushing. Of all Japanese aircraft, this and the Type 99, the Valve, is my favorite. And also the AM620, that's my favorite too. And they're a pretty good aircraft for their day, but they had a lot of vulnerability, which caused their demise, especially in combat. Kates, they were very well protected. They didn't only armament that they had was a tail gunner, so I guess the only protection that they had was the fighter force that actually reinforced the torpedo squadrons to keep them from getting shot down. And for all Japanese enthusiasts out there, all you hobbyists, and all you great fellows YouTubers out there, and this would make a great airplane to your patella of aviation. And it was a long build, and I think it took me about probably about 5 months. It took me to build this thing off and on. I had other projects going on. Boy, it looks like I got myself on can of camera right here or something. I think I've talked to my wife. Anyway, fellas, back to the Kate. The Kate actually came out with Nakajima Aircraft Company, Nakajima Brothers. They produced the Kate. This Kate came out as early as 1934, and by 1936 it was enlisted into the Imperial Japanese Navy. It's used as either a torpedo bomber or it could be used as a high-level bomber. And again, as I say, that the high-level bomber right here, this aircraft here was used as a high-level bomber, and they more or less used it as for high-level bombing. And this aircraft here was responsible for sinking the USS Arizona. It was just a lucky bomb drop. And what's funny about these Kates, it's all centered. The torpedo rack hold that housed the torpedo, and also the 765 kilogram bomb, which it dropped as a high level bomber. They more or less is off center. Well, folks, right here is about time for me to get out of here. Bye, boys, and like I close this video here, this concludes Those of the Past of my Nakajima Type 97 Kate Torpedo bomber. And I'd like to thank all you guys out there for tuning in. May God bless, and please stay tuned for my completing build of Speedy 197's 1960 jet aircraft and reciprocal aircraft. So I'll have that underway right after this as I get